Hey everybody, this is Mizoto, formerly known as Legends. I changed my name for a bunch of reasons. I might tell you about it later, but figure I might as well change it now before I get any more subs and confuse everyone. But anyway, in this video, I'm going to go over some of the comments and some of the questions that people have put in the comment section and asked. And I'm just going to be playing Shadow of War in the background because I don't even know what pictures I would use for this. So yeah, hope you enjoy. Starting with the Dumbledore video. So the story with that video is it did originally have a script and I just couldn't get it right, and I couldn't get everything in the right order because it talked about Wormtail and Sirius and Mad-Eye Moody and all those guys and why Fawkes never told Dumbledore about them. And it just got too convoluted and confusing, and I got frustrated, so I just kind of started rambling on my thoughts on the Dumbledore theory, and it was way better than the scripted version, believe it or not. And so that's why the version that we have is so jacked up and rambly and stuff. All right, now to address some of the comments or reasons why people think that the Phoenix theory could not be correct. And there were a couple of decent reasons there, but I wanted to first just kind of address the whole Patronus thing. So Snape's Patronus does not mean he is loyal to Dumbledore. Okay? Lily's Patronus just means that he loves Lily. All right, he had that Patronus while he was working for Voldemort. And so if he's working for Voldemort while having that Patronus, obviously simply having that Patronus doesn't mean he's loyal to Dumbledore, since he had it while he was working for Voldemort. Also, we see Snape's Patronus for the first time in the 7th book when Harry is looking through Snape's memories. And he's looking through Snape's memories, and the memory that we land on is a memory in the 6th book when Snape is talking to Dumbledore. And then Snape shoots out his Patronus because Dumbledore says, "Oh, Snape, do you actually care about Harry dying? Do you care about Harry? Is that why you're so upset?" And then Snape says, "Care for him?" And says, "Expecto Patronum," and shoots out the dough. Then Dumbledore says, "After all this time?" Snape says, "Always," right? Everyone knows that. If Dumbledore had already known about this Patronus, why did Dumbledore ask Snape after all this time? Why was he so surprised by seeing that Patronus if he had always known that Snape had that Patronus? So one thing that is not a theory is that Fawkes does know when someone is being loyal to Dumbledore. So when people are saying, "Oh, your theory falls apart because Fawkes didn't tell Dumbledore about Quirrell and, those other guys," that's not my fault. That's J.K. Rowling. Let's just get that clear. Like, we know for a fact that Fawkes is able to sense when someone is being loyal to Dumbledore, which is why Fawkes went down to save Harry in the Chamber of Secrets. That Dumbledore says this. Now, as far as the way that Fawkes communicates this to Dumbledore is up for debate. I personally think there is some form of communication going on there with the way that Fawkes makes sounds, or even just Fawkes showing up to help Harry in the first place shows Dumbledore that Harry was being loyal to him, right? So in my mind, I don't know what another word for that is. Like, it's probably not communication, but Fawkes does things that shows Dumbledore that people are loyal to Dumbledore. Now, one thing to keep in mind, if someone is not loyal to Dumbledore, that does not mean they're a bad person. That does not mean they're up to no good. It just means that, their priority isn't Dumbledore. For the people that are saying, what about Mad-Eye Moody and Quirrell? That's a good point. I don't know. I'd have to think about that. Again, we know already that Fawkes is able to know when someone's being loyal to Dumbledore. So this isn't me that's I'm not making that up. Dumbledore literally says, "Fawkes came to you because you're being loyal to me." And then one of the people, was questioning if I had Asperger's, which is like a form of autism. My response to whether I have autism is probably. I mean, I get accused of that all the time. Like, all the time. Like, I even get accused of, like, weaponizing my own autism. I mean, so far all the tests have proved to be inconclusive, but the fact that so many people have called my internet activities autistic, it's probably a safe bet that I've got autism. Anyway, back to the stuff. Dumbledore didn't know about Peter Pettigrew because I'm guessing Fawkes was never in the presence of Peter Pettigrew. That's just it. I mean, I've never seen Dumbledore outside of Hogwarts with Fawkes, except for when Fawkes took a hit from Voldemort to save Dumbledore. And I don't even know if Dumbledore brought Fawkes with him. Fawkes may have just appeared there and taken it. Another point, someone said a theory error was, right off the bat, you were in error on who Voldemort thought the child was. He was killing all the children, including the Longbottoms. Snape stood by until he realized the Potters were being hunted. An unknown number of magical families were killed before this. That is not correct. Maybe J.K. Rowling said something in an interview or something, but that is not what the books say. The books say that Dumbledore tells Harry that because of the prophecy, Voldemort had narrowed the options down to 2 children, Neville Longbottom and Harry Potter. Okay, and he chose Harry Potter because Harry was a half-blood like Voldemort was. And so Voldemort had chosen Harry as his equal, as the prophecy says, and just straight up went after Harry. He didn't go for anyone else. He didn't kill any other kids because of the prophecy. Yeah, I don't know where you're getting that, but that's not correct, unless, I guess, later on J.K. Rowling said something like that. But Dumbledore literally says it was between only Harry and Neville, no one else. But yeah, so far for this theory, the best counter that I could find was that Professor Quirrell or Mad-Eye Moody, who were both betraying him, Fawkes didn't know that they were betraying him. Then again, Fawkes only can tell if someone is being loyal to him, not if someone's betraying him, so I don't know. But well, now that I think about it, in the 7th book, when Harry is looking through Snape's memories, Dumbledore does tell Snape to keep an eye on Quirrell. So maybe Fawkes didn't vouch for Quirrell or something. I don't know what's going on there, but that could be a reason for that. There's probably some other comments in there that I should be addressing, but I'm just too lazy to look through all the comments right now. Then this guy said, we saw Dumbledore say, if you love Lily, protect Potter, he has his mother's eyes. That is not a... How do I address that? Snape just saying, okay, I'll protect Potter because he has his mother's eyes. That's not a reason... Why would you believe him? I don't understand. Why would you believe him when he just says, yeah, I'll do it? Okay, now going on to my favorite comment section. The Slytherin was protecting people with the chamber theory. Because this is just a great comment section. Okay, obviously, the first thing to address is these people saying you shouldn't use the word mudblood when talking about them. Obviously, a lot of those have got to be trolls. Like, I mean, that sounds like something that I would say when I'm trolling a video. But some of them actually, like, some of them seem actually really serious. Like, there's so many of them. There's a lot of them. And then for the second most popular comment, yes, I am aware that I quoted Star Wars. It's like every day I get like 5 comments saying, "Did you know you quoted Star Wars?" Yes, I very much am. Thank you for the comments though. And then there were, I can't find it because there's so many comments now, but there were some people saying that racists never need a reason to hate. They just hate anyone that's different, and you're justifying them and blah blah blah. Okay, so the problem with that is pureblood wizards, the list of things that they hate or that they dislike are centaurs, giants, mudbloods, goblins, blood traitors, and werewolves. Centaurs, dangerous. Giants, dangerous. Goblins, they have a history of being dangerous. Mudbloods, as in my opinion in this video, they also have a history of being dangerous. Werewolves, dangerous. And blood traitors sounds an awful lot like they're traitors, right? Maybe in that war they were traitors to wizard kind when they married mudbloods or married muggles and took their side. Okay, so those are just the things off the top of my head that I can think of that pureblood wizards hate. All of them are either dangerous or have a history of being dangerous. Now here are some of the things that we don't have any record of purebloods hating in the Harry Potter world. Dean Thomas, he's a half-blood, he's black. Angelina Johnson is also black. There's no mention of them ever hating her. There's no mention of them ever hitting on the Patil twins, who have a different skin color. So they clearly don't care about like skin color race, right? They don't just hate everyone who's different, because I mean, as in our world, that sometimes happen when people have different skin colors. You know, they can receive some form of hate from someone. In the Harry Potter world, it seems to be pretty targeted. And then when the Beauxbatons people and the Durmstrang people come to Hogwarts, they don't show them any hatred. The Slytherins actually love the Durmstrang guys, even though they're from a completely different country. So they're obviously not xenophobic. Do you see what I'm saying here? It's not just that they're different. That is why they hate them. There's specific reasons why they choose to hate the people they choose to hate. Like I said, because they believe them to be dangerous. And even in the 7th book, they mention how Muggleborns, it's impossible for Muggleborns to have, to have magic, and therefore they must have stolen it. I mean, this could be harkening back to, like I mentioned before, that war, when Muggles used goblin armor, goblin magic, so they took magical items to fight against the wizards. And then, why am I using the Death Eater masks when I'm talking about mudbloods? So kind of in my mind, this is just how I think about it. Maybe that's what the mudbloods, or even maybe the muggles, would wear when they were assassinating or sneaking, or doing whatever they were doing to hurt the wizard's side. And so Death Eaters wear that nowadays because, as if like to remind themselves and others like what happened. And so they're kind of using the Muggles and Muggleborn's own masks against them. That's not a theory or anything. That's just kind of what I kind of have in my head. Also, I just mentioned how a lot of the purebloods dislike giants and centaurs and werewolves. And I know people are going to say, oh, but the giants and werewolves were on the Death Eater's side. Yeah, they're just on the Death Eater's side because Voldemort wanted extra manpower. They didn't actually like them. If you remember in the 7th book, Voldemort was making fun of werewolves in the very beginning of the book. Like, they don't like them. They were useful to them. Anyway, that's the end of the video. Hope you liked it. Keep commenting and liking and subscribing. It really helps me out. And yeah, see you next time.